careful, Mitch.
So good. Makes my life easier. Actually, oh man. Are we online? We're streaming.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I can't say things. I can't say private things I wanted to say.
No, because we got to get started at some point.
Wow, that's my favorite
hard
part
stop
of-
at 12.
I had 30 seconds of private stuff.
Well, yeah, 30 seconds. You guys ready?
No, for real. This actually would have been 30 seconds.
We'll save it to the end. We can stop 30 seconds before 12 o'clock.
I'll tell you at the end.
Let's jump
I
off.
have to share a 30-second experience that's related to, I don't know. I feel like related to us.
All right.
See how you feel about it.
Welcome back to the 100 Millionaires Podcast. My name is Gualter Amarelo, and I get to hang out with these two multimillionaires across. What? Mitch, Mike, what are the things that you guys say when you come in? Because I fucked mine up. So go ahead.
Massive income from passive income, Gualter.
There's no place like home. There's no place like. Oh, wrong podcast.
Nice. Yeah.
Organize and collect, which is a lot easier to do when you're not on the road, but you need to be able to do it on the road as well. But still, no place like home. Glad to be home after being out of town for a couple of weeks.
So, Mitch, you're back in the scaredy cat den, the lion's den.
I am back in the lion's lair in my setup. I feel nice and comfy. I can follow crypto and keep up on crypto because, good Lord, easy money that I did not make because I was out of town, not paying attention. It's amazing. Like how in the know you need to be to just make the easy money. If you're not, you just like when I say easy money, I can't even get over like, and it's from a online trading like card game. And yeah, but hey, you gotta have a life. You can't just sit home all the time and make money.
I guess not. Darina's always trying to convince me that we can go out, we could travel, I could do the podcast, or I could do the trainings from, anywhere in the country.
True.
And I look at her, I'm like, yeah, I could. I don't want to, right? I like being at my setup. I like my desk. I like my lights. I like the chair. I like the green screen. Like, I don't want to do it anywhere else.
You and me both, buddy. I like having my setup. I like having my screens. I mean, I did the Leo Finance AMA last Friday. Neil usually hosts it, but he had a conference, and I was visiting my mom. All I have is my one little laptop, so I'm trying to run the AMA, and it's like, of course, the one time I need to run it, I'm out of town with just a lap. No, I didn't have my mic and have my camera, so I'm on the crappy mic. I got the one screen. And I'm trying to track, questions in 4 rooms. I got like all these little boxes, and I was like, this is miserable. I want my setup, like I want my screens and my mic. But whatever, we got it done, and that's in the end what matters. But it's how it is. It's a matter of preference. We still get it done, but how it is. You just feel like you're not performing at your peak when you don't have all your gadgets along with you.
Because you're not.
I just wanted my bed back. I went to Acadia National Park and we slept in a tent, and so for 3 nights we were in a tent. So all I wanted back was my comfy bed. So
Mike, that's because you were making money in your sleep and it wasn't as comfortable on the ground.
Yeah. Oh my God, my bed felt so good. That's the reason to go away and sleep in a tent. So when you come back, you just crash in your own bed.
Oh my God, that was the best part of when I got home. I got home late Monday and jumping in my bed Monday night. I was like,
Yeah, I've got one of those memory foam beds. So I feel that every single day. It's like a whole new bed. I get in there and I'm like, oh, wow, new position.
That's good.
I like this one too.
That's definitely like, a different experience. Cause like, you go stay anywhere, generally you're going to be on a spring mattress. So then if you're going home to that memory foam, that's a whole nother experience. I personally am actually not a fan of those mattresses. I actually like spring mattresses. But even with that said, going from, same type of mattress, it's just not the same as your mattress at home.
A home mattress. I think we've had ours
picked
for
it out
20 years. And when
Nice.
the kids like lay in their bed, they're like, this is the most comfortable mattress ever. It's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, there's no place like home. And it's
Right.
not for anything other than the bed.
And
So I was saying
and your office setup.
Yeah, my office setup actually. Brenda was here yesterday doing some scanning of like just documents we needed, but she was like, wow, this place is like a little oasis because it was like quiet and I've got my 3 screens, and when you scan stuff in effortlessly. It was amazing. Yeah. So
And that's what it is. It just
love
makes
my
life easier to get things done when you have your normal setup. I mean, there's a
Right.
reason you have that setup. You set it up for efficiency. You set it up to get shit done, as opposed to, when you're on the road, just makeshift, and it just makes every task that much, more, I don't want to say difficult, but it just takes more to get it done, takes longer, it's more effort.
Yeah. I used to do like log me in at home, and just log into my office computer when I was in Pawtucket.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God. But taking 3 screens and putting them into one screen and trying to jump around from one to the other. It's like, that's another benefit of having an office 5 minutes from, I mean, you guys have your office in your house, but I
got my office 5 feet from my bedroom. Walk to the next room.
Can't really do that with a law firm. Have
No.
people show up in your bedroom.
Very, very intimate closings. Mike comes down from the bedroom in his half robe, sits down at the kitchen table. You guys ready to sign this?
Let's go. I got my 3 jokes ready.
Wow, that's hurtful. Yeah. My neighbor across the street is a realtor, and before they got their his broker, and before they got their office a couple of years ago, I would literally walk across the street with the closing package that I brought the night before, and we would sit at his like very rustic dining room table, and he would have the fire going, like he had like one of those little hearth fire places. It was like the most pleasant closings ever, because you're sitting there with the crackling firewood. The people would come in, but at a certain point, we said you got to be a little more professional than that.
Overrated.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not anymore. Like, you don't.
Sounds good.
Be the attorney with the fireplace.
Yeah, there we go. I've got
that sounds awesome.
Downstairs.
Like people will remember you, and then like literally when they like refer you. What's his name? Yeah, he's the attorney at the fireplace.
Fireplace. Remember the fireplace.
There's a local accountant, and she calls herself the flying CPA or the flying. She likes, her hobby is flying. So
I was gonna say she got a little Cessna.
So she's got the little Cessna, exactly.
Nice.
And so, but you never forget her. Like,
exactly, you got to brand yourself.
Yeah, brand yourself.
That's how people will remember you.
It's awesome.
It's funny. I was asked by one of my buddies who's a broker in Worcester. He has like 100 or something agents. Worcester. And he asked me, he's like, hey, one of my agents getting picked on in social media, could you have a call with her? And, I don't do calls with anybody, but he was like, she's getting bullied, it's a favor to him. So I do this quick call, and she apparently has like a radio personality. So she's got this experience on radio, and she's got a very unique, like, kind of like stay at home white trash mother. It was a personality that she had created. She's like, I've been getting picked on for using this in real estate. Like, I don't know, like, should I use it or should I not? Like, is it not professional enough? And I told her, I was like, look, like, that's basically who buys real estate, is the 26-year-old woman who's going to watch that and laugh at the concepts that you're talking about. And like, that's your demographic. Like, you should just be that character. If you're comfortable with it, if you've done it for years, like, just be that character. Be the only realtor who's willing to be different from everybody else. They're going to flood to your channel. Like, you're going to have way more business. So it's okay to have a little gimmick, if you're the flying CPA, right? the fire having attorney.
There's a place down in southern Rhode Island called Beaches and Backroads, and she's been known to show up at open houses or showings in her bikini.
Hell yeah, I'll show up.
She has like, the bright green Jeep, like that's all decked out with like the deer lights and all that kind of crap. And I remember when I first heard about it, my friend and I were just ragging on her, just saying, this is so idiotic. And she made a comment about me because we had lunch, and she said, oh, next time don't wear a tie. But I always wear a tie. And I was like, so offended, but it's exactly what you said, Gualter. Her demographic down there in Washington County, they go to the Washington County Fair. They like to see the animals. They're totally casual. They go to the beach all the time, and she crushes it because she knows her demographics. Now, if you take her and you put her in Boston and try to sell in her bikini, never happened. But she
goes back. Know your market, right?
Yeah, know your market. Yep.
The beach realtor.
Smart.
It's totally it's about marketing too, and being unique. That little difference. I I just don't know if people grasp that though. When they're building their business, they think that they have to be professional and they fall into this, I've got to look like this and be this. And it's like, dude, you just got yourself lost in the crowd. Yeah, I would avoid trying to look like everybody else and be like everybody else. That professional image worked in the 9 to 5 where the job was hide, like not be caught, not be seen.
Right.
If your boss saw they'd figure out real quick you were pretty useless, like you didn't belong in the company. And now it's like you need to stand out. That's the role.
That's why you shaved your head. Like,
Yeah, well,
you have plenty of
really.
hair, but you just wanted to stand out.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mike,
I don't know if shaving my head made me stand out. Just I think that part made me blend with everybody else.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, if anything, I made him blend in. That's in now. All the guys
Shiny
shave their head.
brethren.
I only stand out with you guys.
We're at the point where guys with hair shave their heads because it looks cool now.
Really?
That's right.
I got a couple friends that have hair that shave their head anyway because they look better with the bald. I don't have a head for it. Thank God I got this hair. But some guys are like, dude, I look better bald.
That's funny. How would you
Times
know?
change.
You got to just take the hair off to find out. It's a risky proposition.
Yeah, that's funny.
So
Break out the buzzer. Zero. I did that when I played college ball. The whole team, we all broke out the buzzer with no clip. So I technically had it shaved down to, just whatever, scruff.
And I look at so I've been avoiding this because I'm afraid of what happens every time on the podcast when it comes up. But there's been a little bit of a situation this week with the price of crypto coins. They went up, they went down, they went back up. What's going on with Bitcoin, Mitch?
And just 2 minutes ago, we were talking about real estate. And I was like, sweet, we got to segue to real estate. I'm going to talk about real estate stuff. And then, boom, Gualter rips it, boomerangs it back to crypto.
I'm down to go back to real estate, but I've got to know what was going on this week. Like, how did it jump up 10,000 points?
Did Amazon say they were going to accept it and then say they weren't going to because it went way up?
No. I didn't dig deep into how factual anything was. It looks like it was just positive FUD about, but all it was this. See, this is what's amusing about society and how people can end up on the right side or the wrong side of things with like no fault of their own. What happened was Amazon basically posted a job listing for what is essentially, someone to lead blockchain technology, blah, 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 blah. Gotcha. And that turned into Amazon's going to use crypto.
Yeah, that's so funny. Tesla does that, or the people that study Tesla, that's what they use all the time. They're always talking about job listings in like Houston or Berlin. Yeah. That's how they know what's going to happen. That's awesome.
And that's like a dumbed down version of it. I mean, there's a little more to it than that, but that's literally the fifth grader version of kind of what happens. And it's kind of scary too, because, something happens, few people read into it a certain way, they start spreading that, and all of a sudden it becomes a thing. And with investing, it's one thing, but like shit, you see that happen socially. You see people's lives destroyed or people's lives blown up in a good way, just from something like that. So it's kind of crazy and scary in a way. But yeah, so allegedly that's what helped push crypto up. But you got to remember, when you see a move in anything, stocks, crypto, regardless, everyone's looking for, all right, what was the catalyst? What was the catalyst? The catalyst could have just been some fucking buyers came in and there was no volume really at all. And they were able to just eat up sell walls easy. Like the volume, the volume was so low on Bitcoin over the last month and a half, 2 months. We got a little bit of uptick in volume yesterday and the day before, but even on the up move, those first 4 green days, the volume was minimal, which meant all it took was a couple of big buyers just buying, and they could push it up because there wasn't a lot of sell walls. There wasn't a lot of action, and the sell walls that were there got eaten up. I saw someone point out there was a sell wall on Coinbase Pro that I forget what price it was, but it was like 40,000 coins or something, and it got eaten up like it wasn't even there. But 40,000, that's not a big sell wall. So if that's what they're talking about as a sell wall right now, it goes to show you. So I'm actually interested to see how this plays out, because a lot of times when you get moves like that on low volume, it could possibly be a trap for the bulls. But I'm not making.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
I'm not making that call at all because we did see increase in volume over the last 2 days. But here's the gist of it all. We make this move, crypto went up like 6-7 straight days, but nothing changed. We're still in the range. Bitcoin is still below 41K. It got near 40. Ethereum didn't even break its last high at 2350. And this is all technical pricing stuff, but I just don't so I'm like, great, I'm glad we got a bounce, but all we did was get a bounce in the range. And that's the short version of it all. And I mean, I did a TikTok on Ethereum last night saying Ethereum didn't even move as much as Bitcoin did. At least Bitcoin went to the top of the range. Ethereum just went to the midpoint.
That's very.
So we'll see what happens. I like to think I'm the one that caused the increase because as soon as I put on all my short hedge position, I hedged a little bit of my portfolio. Murphy's Law, boom, we went up, and I'm happy. I want to be down on those shorts.
I hate when he does that.
Mike, what are you talking about? It's a win. I'm like, all right, if I put on $1,500 worth of shorts. Right. Because again, I'm getting all the leverage from the futures. Right. So let me give 1,500 to the crypto gods to say, let's sacrifice.
How long are the shorts for though? How long do you have the shorts out there?
Well, here's the thing. I haven't lost any money because those positions are down a little bit, but my liquidation prices are where? At the all-time highs.
Right.
So I haven't even lost money. So I'm still hedged.
Yep.
I'm down a little bit on that position, which doesn't matter because I put X amount of dollars that I can sacrifice, so to speak. And I haven't lost it. And I'm up way more because I'm net long like 80%, more than that if you cannot count my Forever coin. I'm net long 90% basically with my Forever coin.
And
my point is Murphy's Law.
I'm looking at it and it looks very familiar to 2018. Like this chart is getting more and more just like an identical. Holy shit, it looks just like 2018.
Friendly universe, Mitch. The world is everything's happening for you, not to you. And so I don't, even though in this case you're saying Murphy's Law, I just don't believe as you as a sad sack, and I don't hang out with sad sacks.
It's Mike. See, here's the thing. It's not about being a sad sack. It's about taking control and embracing.
I'm concerned.
Like sack.
Dude, taking control and embracing. I'm at the point now where I will mess around and be like, all right, I need XYZ to happen. All right, let me just do this. And then it's like, I'm trying to think of examples.
Gualter, do you ever do that? Do you ever say Murphy's
Law? Gualter never does that.
I would never talk about Murphy's Law.
He's too optimistic.
In like a statistical manner.
Your witness.
I'm not a huge fan of Murphy's Law in talking about for one reason. Like I like if anything could happen, it will happen. I look at Murphy's Law in a totally different way. Like I just assume that eventually my shit's gonna work, right? Like I'm like, okay, Murphy's Law, eventually whatever I'm pushing is going to go through.
That's not Murphy's Law. That's anti-Murphy's Law.
Yes. Mike, I look at it this way, right? It's about embracing and steering into the curve. So let's just say whatever. Let's not even debate about
it. It works for you, I guess.
Let's not debate about whether Murphy's Law is a positive or a negative mindset. Let's just use this as an example in terms of turning something into a win, right? So obviously everyone wants their life to be convenient or to be easy or things to go smoothly, right? And my joke with Murphy's Law is that basically a lot of times it doesn't. Like it's and this is the people that win. These are the people that are successful. It's having difficult conversations. It's weathering the storm. It's getting shit done when most people can't, right? You know what I mean? Think about it. Real estate alone, right? What's the saying in real estate? You make money solving problems, right?
Yep.
So like most people are like, oh, this like, you hear the landlord war stories. Oh, my uncle like blah, 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 blah. So I'm not going to invest in real estate because he lost his money. It's like, well, he didn't. Case in point, our favorite and Patrick Sullivan's favorite, Dave Ramsey. Mr. Anti-Debt, because he got screwed in real estate. And Patrick Sullivan's like, no, he's just an idiot. And all he had to do is negotiate with his lender. Like, that's my point, right? Like,
well, I guess what I would like to hear, because he's such a master at this, is I would like Gualter to say the same thing as Mitch said without using Murphy's Law. Like how, because you don't speak like that, Gualter. You're like positive to a fault. So how would you express what Mitch just said without bringing in the?
Oh, hold on, Gualter. While you think about that, I want to give Mike an example that he's going to yell at me for. Ready? He's going to
I
yell
don't
at
even
me
have to
for this
think
thought.
about it. I love you, by the way, Mitch.
While you think about this, Mike, check this out. Ready?
Go ahead.
So yesterday I called the like drug enforcement detective for Athol or whatever.
It's getting worse.
Dude, no. This is me being proactive in my business.
Nice
Call, hey, listen, this is the situation I have going on. What are the steps I should take to, help my cause, or is there anything I should try and get on record, or what, in what instance, because I file a police report, like anything that I can do, proactively to help the situation, help my business, right?
Because it's Murphy's Law. I got the worst tenant possible. It was inevitable.
No, not even. I'm not even. Here's the thing. I'm not even sweating this. Like, you talk to any big successful real estate investor, like every single one of them had one of these tenants. Like,
I don't know. I've been doing this a while.
I did that.
You got a tenant worse than my worst tenant. So
I don't know if it's worse. I could be a little dramatic.
Almost like you created that, Gualter, that you don't have.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding, Mitch.
But anyway, so here's the punchline, right? With the Murphy's Law joke is that this. So, the desk sergeant's like, all right, yeah, he just stepped out. Like, I'm going to give you his voicemail, leave a message, address this, that, and the other thing. He will call you back today, right? I didn't hear back from him yesterday. So now today I got an option to go with my buddy down to play like a poker tournament or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm in the mood to like do something recreational, go play cards. And I was like, but you know what? This guy might call me and I got some other stuff. And I'm like, nope, I'm going. You want to know why I'm going? Because I know if I go, this detective's going to call me back while I'm sitting in the middle of a poker tournament, because it's going to be super inconvenient. I'm going to try and run out of the casino on one good leg. I'm going to hobble out. And this is like why I'm like, no, I'm not going to stay home. I'm definitely going to this, because if I go, I know this guy's going to call me back.
I know. I get it. I love it. You ready for my rebuttal for Murphy's Law?
Yes.
Mike, I love Murphy's Law. Do you know why? Because the people who believe in Murphy's Law create job security for me.
Yeah, right? You should put that on TikTok.
Bring on Murphy's Law. That shit's real, right? There's always going to be something bad happening to you. And when it does, I'll be there with outstretched hands waiting for your money.
Right. Or your property.
We'll solve problems for a cost.
Or your 3 family or whatever, or your 20.
Absolutely. Like Murphy's Law is definitely a mindset. And Mitch, I know it's real, right? It feels real. It happens, doesn't it? But
it's the way you look at it, though. You just said negative.
It's an opportunity.
You saw what I did with it. I flipped it over. I don't look at it as a negative anymore. I look at it as like, I don't want to say, like Mike always says, like, you can manifest and your thoughts and all that. So I flipped the script and I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's just say hypothetically Murphy's Law is a thing. I'm going to use it to my advantage.
Right.
Which is why, like, you know what? I'm going to go do X, Y, Z, because if I do that, then I'm actually going to get what I want. Right. Yeah, it's going to be at an inconvenient time, but I don't give a damn because I'm getting what I want done.
And I like the number you go ahead, Mike. I like the number you put behind it. You put 15% hedge, right? Like, I'd say Murphy's Law shows up 15%, right? Like of the planet, there's 15% of the people who are like, oh, this is always, and they buy the wrong stocks at the wrong time. They sell the wrong stocks at the wrong time. And so there will be always that 15% money that you can make by going in the opposite direction, by shorting their belief system. So like, if you see it, if you have the foresight to see it, like the only reason I didn't short Bitcoin is because I don't take the time to go learn how to do the shorting of the Bitcoin.
Right.
Truth. I just haven't gone studied and learned it or asked you. And I don't plan on watching. That's day trading shit. Like that's a lot of work.
Exactly.
But you have fun with it. So like, why wouldn't you make that move? If you see it, why wouldn't you do it?
And the key, like you said, have fun with it. And that's kind of what I'm even doing. Like, in terms of like, oh, crypto went up because I got short. Like, I'm saying that tongue in cheek. Like, I don't.
All right, we're just being very we're scrutinizing. We love you.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying though. But all it is I put insurance. I put a little bit of insurance on my portfolio. Like, I didn't like when I put those positions on. I was hoping crypto would go up. Right. And then like I put it on, and 2 days later, crypto goes up. I'm celebrating. Like,
gotcha.
But it's the joke. I was like, sweet. See, all I had to do was get short, and the market went up. Like, I have no control of what the market does. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't.
We don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
Control the market.
So, yeah, I don't believe it. Brenda and I, we used to make a joke about me, and I don't even want to say it right now, but I'll just say it because we're talking. But it was like, I would always say, no, my strategy, because it gets a good laugh, my strategy is you buy high and sell low, right? And that was like our joke. And And Brenda and I have stopped doing that. And do you know what's happened since I stopped doing that?
All your stocks have
Everything
gone
you
up.
buy goes
Going
up.
Everything goes up, and it's just so. I believe it. I totally
I mean, it
believe
does help. We've been in a perma bull market, but I mean, I'm not going to throw water on your parade.
that way. What's T. Harbecker said? You're sitting in a room with people. It says your economy is different from the economy of the guy next to you. Is different than the economy. They're all different. I just believe in my
100.
economy.
Trust me, I know plenty of people right now who have lost all year long. They have been losing money in the market, losing money in crypto, losing money in real estate.
GameStop, buy Doge at 70 cents.
Oh my God. They've been losing money all freaking year long. And I'm looking at them like, how are you losing money right now? Do you not understand? This is the greatest economy we've ever been in.
Exactly.
You're like, oh,
Such a good point.
COVID messed it all up. Elon Musk and his tweets. And it's like, dude, like, thank God for COVID and Elon Musk. They've worked out well for us. You just
Such a good point.
And play well.
And that's the thing. It doesn't matter what environment we're in. There's going to be people that, excel, and there's going to be people that, regress. And yeah, like, you're baffled. Like, how have you lost money the last year? Like, but again, like Mike gave examples, like Doge at 70 cents, like, it's like, no,
if you bought it at the right time, you bought it where all sophisticated investors bought under 10 cents. And once it got past 10 cents, none of us bought. Like, unless you were buying with money you made at 70, then you rebought back at 30. Like, that's fine. Or rebought back at 15 or 16. But the people who lost money were buying after it got hot. They weren't buying based on following something and seeing an opportunity before it exploded.
And they did what you always talk about, because it's not a loss until you sell.
And they sold.
So, and that's why I always tell people, anyone that asks me about investing like money into any crypto, I'm like, listen, A, do you need this money? And B, are you willing to hold whatever you buy? Are you willing to hold it for 3 to 5 years? I'm like, I'm not like, it could explode and you can make money in 3 months, but that's not the outlook. 3 to 5 years. If you're not willing to invest this money for 3 to 5 years, then I really don't want to help you, because, that's the commitment I believe you need to make, because you're going to get ups, downs. And who knows, Doge could go back to 70 cents in, by the end of the year. We have no idea what's going to happen.
Totally possible. And it could drop to 10 cents and it wouldn't affect me, right? Like, tomorrow it could make crazy changes and no change would happen in my portfolio because I'm focused on my business, right? Like, it's one of those simple rules. Build your business, throw money into investments, build your business. Like, get back to building your business, throw money into investments and build your business. You look up 5 years from now, look up 10 years from now, right?
There's a difference between investing and trading.
Totally. Trading is a job, man. Like, trading is a job.
And that's the thing. People randomly want to jump in and like kind of like be a trader, and they think that's like investing. And I'm like, no. Listen, I do it. Like, I'm not a full-time trader. I haven't been a full-time trader in what is it now? 7 years, but I still jump in and trade here and there. But it's like, I have a background in that, and I'm making strategic moves, and it's more like swing trading. It's like putting positions on here and there. It's not a full-time thing. I see opportunity, and it's all trading around my long-term portfolio. It's almost, I call it active investing.
Exactly. That it's flipping real estate, it's flipping crypto. Like, it's the same thing. All the Forex people, right? And I don't know if you guys get hit up with Forex people every so often. My messenger is fucking full of people being like, hey, you should do Forex. And it's like, dude, no, I'm not looking for a job. Not hireable. I don't work for my dollars.
I will say that, it's, especially when you hang around with someone like Mitch, it's shiny object syndrome. Like, you hear Mitch. You hear Mitch making. You okay, Gualter?
Yeah, just something going on with the green screen here.
Like Truman Show, did a light?
Yeah, you're getting like
what is that?
You get some green. You were getting green little like flashes here and there.
I thought it was like the Truman Show where a big light falls out of the sky. It's like, that happened. But like, I hear Mitch talk about, I'm shorting Bitcoin, and Bitcoin.
Right, it's my
Bitcoin. But it's like, you sit there and you go, wow, that I see that, because it's up. It seems pretty high right now, and I could drop it and jump back in when it gets to like 25. But I don't have the skill, and I don't intend on spending the time to get that skill.
You got to fight the desire. the more successful I become and the more opportunities hit me, the more I realize like you've got to fight the desire to go into stuff. Like you've got to literally tell people no, like I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not interested. Sorry, that's not for me. Because there's so many opportunities that will take you off the track. And everybody says this, everybody's like, oh, you're already doing this. You already have an audience. You already have real estate. You could just add this on. And it's like, dude, if I add that on, that's one more hour a week, one more hour a day, or one more thing in the back of my head that I'm thinking about, one more conversation I have to have with you now. Like, I'm not looking for more conversations. I'm not looking for more responsibilities. I'm not looking for more even things on my taxes. I'm like, I'm not looking to add that yet. Like, let's just go and do one thing, one business, one system, one strategy. And then, maybe next year I'll add something on. The only thing I'm adding next year is the real estate brokerage, right? I'll pump that back up. But like the only thing I'm doing this year is build the training company. Even the real estate, I'm not acquiring real estate the way I was in the past. 3 months from now, you're going to see me go heavy in real estate again. But for these next 3 months until the 100 Millionaire Summit's done, I'm focused on the summit. I got to put on the greatest experience. I want the most amount of people in that room so that they can bring me deals in the next 3 months after the event is done. If you can compartmentalize like everything in your life, there's only 3 quarters in the year, right? First quarter was raise capital. Second quarter was go in. I can't remember what we did. It's up on the wall there somewhere. 52 weeks funnel. So we're working on the 52 weeks funnel. Then it's 3-day event. And then the last quarter of the year is acquisitions. Why did I do it in that order? Discount season, right? Discount season starts in October. So it's like, all right, if I know real estate goes on sale in October, November, December, January, why am I trying to buy real estate the rest of the year, right? I'll just go and do some big swings at the end of the year, just like I've done every other year. And why put all the pressure in the beginning of the year, right, Mitch? Like I see you smiling. You're like, yeah, discount season. That makes sense.
Well, not even just that. Like I'm laughing because like Mike's going to love this. The universe delivers what you need to hear. So what you're talking about right now, the thoughts that have been going on in my head and kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about before we went online falls right into this. And I love that Gualter's driving this point home, even though he's probably not going to be a fan of what my opinions, decisions, or whatever outlook is. But it's
don't mess with me, Mitch.
It's spot on with this.
Seeing the problem is half the victory.
Well, but here's the thing too. Everything he said about.
Go ahead, Mitch. Go ahead. What do you see now?
What are we quoting? He-Man? I'm trying
to. Sorry.
But knowing is half the battle. Was that He-Man?
Yeah.
Or G.I. Joe? I can't remember.
Bringing it back.
Or Alcoholics Anonymous.
Oh God! Remember back when cartoons actually conveyed a positive message, constructive messages?
Yeah,
I
remember those.
So I can't say that it doesn't do it now. I don't watch cartoons. I don't have kids, but I just feel like they're not the same.
I feel like you're about to admit you have a problem. Like there's a problem in your life and you want to talk to us about it.
No, I don't have a problem. I'm just agreeing exactly what you're saying and you're doing it. And that's the thing. It's just like, I'm doing multiple things, right? And I'm not doing what you just said, doing what you're doing. I'm not doing that. Like you're focusing on it's a rotation. Like let's say you have 4 things going, right? And let's just picture it's like four baseballs, right? And it's just like, all right, I'm moving one baseball to the middle right now, and the other 3 are going to orbit that, right? And it's like this is my main focus, and the other thing I'm attending to, I'm maintaining, but I'm growing the one in the middle. And then it's like, all right, I grew that one to where I wanted it. Let me pull that one out, and then I'm gonna push real estate in. Let's say in November, October, when things discount season, right? Yes. I'm not doing that, even though I know I should be, and I know which one should be in the middle right now. And every month that goes by, I don't do it. I've left a shitload of easy money on the table.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So let's stop that right now.
Whoa, let's change.
Well, no, and I'm gonna. And I texted, in our group chat, I texted you guys when I went up to New York. I said, when I get back from New York, I'm making a bunch of key adjustments, right? And
for you,
I'm going
to,
and I think I've hesitated on making some of them because some of those adjustments.
I want to know what that middle baseball. I'm assuming
that middle baseball is crypto.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, the middle baseball is going. It's dumb for me not to. I mean, listen, and that's the thing with crypto. That can change any day, and every day it goes by that I haven't done it, I've basically left money on the table that I can't get again.
Well, you're in the perfect spot because when I was like 13 years old, I went skiing and I broke my leg.
Hold on, segue.
Oh, no, you'll see why in a second. And I got back and I had a cast and I couldn't go anywhere. Like like Mitch's bum ankle right now.
Oh
And I
yeah.
had the best grades in that semester that I ever got because I couldn't go anywhere. So I just studied and did my thing. So you're back in the lair. You've got the bum ankle. So just trade crypto and crush it for the next.
Yeah, you're about to get the best grades on the best test there is. Like
Yeah,
go and make money sitting behind a screen, doing what you enjoy,
cool.
with a couple of TikToks here and there saying, the funnel wedge of Scaredy Cat.
Well, that's the
out.
thing. I can actually do
Scary.
more TikTok, content if I'm actually doing more crypto because there's just more opportunities to do good stuff
Yeah.
as opposed to like when I was out of town. Like I'm like crap. I'm like I got to do some kind of TikTok. I haven't done one in 3 days, and it ends up being shit content anyway. You're just throwing something up there to have something up there.
I got.
I know about shit
question.
content. I danced with Darina yesterday. There was
And that probably was your highest video.
I'll check today, but it's
I got a question, Mitch. How come?
whatever, create content.
Thinking of going into the geyser, the ETH W Leo, and why is it that with Cub? I mean, this is what I was going to ask Cal who came on, but why is it with Cub that we can see what the APR is and what the APY is, but when it comes to the geyser, it's just this sort of mystery. At the end of the month, a bunch of tokens appear in your wallet. I don't.
Because it's on Uniswap.
Okay, but they don't have some place where they show you what you're making. Who invests in something if they
Apparently not. I mean, with Uniswap, you basically, I mean, here's the thing, the guys are a separate thing. That's just like a bonus, the Uniswap is just the fees that, you make and they dump that into your wallet.
Yeah, you keep making more.
The geyser is an incentive from Leo Finance to basically put up liquidity to essentially help.
I mean, even what you're saying now, I did the geyser before, but I didn't know that I was making money 2 ways. So like some sort of an explanation would make it more appetizing, I guess.
All right. So Mitch, I need you to talk me out of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been looking at, and maybe Michael talked me out of this. I've been looking at Cub. Cub's been going down.
Yeah.
Leo's been going up. Now we know that I moved a shit ton of money over into Leo a few weeks ago when the opposite was true, right? Cub was up at 90 and Leo was down to like 19 cents. Now Leo is going up to 27 cents.
27.5 cents.
And Cub is down to like 59 cents. So we're getting to this point where I'm looking, I'm like, should I go back? Should I swing back, pick up a little bit of Cub and then come back or just hold, right? Because I'm a hold guy anyway.
Too much effort for massive income from passive income. That's what I would say.
I'm with you, Mike. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, talk about me and the opposite anti-Murphy's Law guy. I tried to move money from Leo to W Leo, and it got lost in translation. So Cal's going to have to credit it. So I get to stay in my Leo, which is actually worth more now. It's like bonus.
I'm looking and look, Leo is 27 cents.
27.5, yeah.
Wrap Leo is 24.
You could play your arbitrage game.
Moving. I want to hold Leo right now. Like staying in Leo makes more sense. It really does.
My end game was I was going to move a lot more into Ethereum. I'm sorry to say that, but I had a ton in Leo and a ton in Cub. And
I get a little exposure to the main stuff.
I feel like I want more exposure to Ethereum than I have. So that was the thought process.
Listen, when I sold all my Ethereum, when it looked like it was going to drop to like 15, oh my God, these landscapers are driving me nuts. I don't know. I haven't been able to hear you guys like 5 different times. It's like, at what point do you move on to the next building? I love that you're doing your job, but just get it done already.
Hey, you want to solve a problem? My father lives in a very fancy gated community, and he still complains about the lawnmowers and the landscaping because every house has its own thing. If you could figure out a way to quiet that down, maybe with electric mowers or.
Yeah,
well, that's my thing too. I'm just like, when are these guys going to start using electric?
Who needs grass? This is Florida. Why are we growing grass here?
It's not even real grass. It's like crap.
No, we need grass.
Yeah.
We need green. We need oxygen producing things.
Yeah.
The trees produce way more oxygen than that grass.
I don't know if I have enough palm trees here to.
Oh, not palm trees. No, my community is great. We got, I don't know what they are. I think they're walnuts or acorn trees, whatever.
Yeah, West Coast has way more regular, which is why you guys get mad pollen. I think I forget when I was over there. I was like, what's with all the pollen?
For the
Yo, whatever
Mission
pollen we
Millions.
got, it's the pollen I'm not allergic to. It's amazing. I used to have allergies in New England. I come down to Tampa. I don't sneeze, like nothing.
Yeah, that's another benefit of being part of like hanging out with you guys is Mitch is always talking. I'm learning the difference between the West Coast and the East Coast of Florida, something I would never have even thought of.
It's very different.
We got more oxygen.
Cool. It is. It's cool. It's like a whole different environment between the two. Who knew?
Totally.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So Mitch, yeah, I like Ethereum, to be honest. I would have I'm sorry, Mike, I like Ethereum. I would have bought it at $1,700 if my liquidity was there. When it came down to 17, I was like, yep, that's an opportunity. Yep. But at 22,
I just took my moon bag again. I had a bunch in Cub and Kingdoms.
Yep.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to take it out of the Kingdom for now. I'm going to go through the whole Leo to WLEO to Ethereum.
Shift it along.
And as that's standing there, my Cub BUSD is still earning new Cub. So in a month, I'll be back up to the same amount of Cub in the Kingdom. So
nice.
That's my thought. Just keep using the moon bag. And I guess I risk missing a huge Cub jump, but I don't see it happening in the next month.
No, you know, it could, it may not, it may, like, it doesn't really matter though, because we still earn Cub, right? If Cub goes up, everything we're earning, we're making more of.
Exactly.
The idea is you're holding what you want to hold and you're holding for the long term. And that's what investing is all about. It's getting to the asset you want to hold, the one you believe in. I do believe in Ethereum. I have very little of it, but
even if you had like the altcoins as well, like Cub and Leo and stuff like that, could you imagine 10 years from now, if you're holding a bunch of Bitcoin and you're holding a bunch of Ethereum? I mean, really? How are you going to lose?
Exactly. I like Leo Finance. Leo Finance is the only altcoin I'm holding that I love, right? Because I love more than the coin. I love the community.
Yeah. Nice.
I have fun writing the blogs. I have fun reading the voting. Like I have fun on the community. So I'm like, dude, like I like having status on that. There's video games I play that I've spent $300-400 a month on just buying shit in the game, right?
Which is now becoming huge in crypto, and that's the biggest thing now. Is we just see this shift of like DeFi was like going off. Now we have essentially these game coins are blowing up, and that's actually the opportunity that I kind of missed within our community, the crypto community, over the last couple of weeks. Which is funny because in the game, like I know the dude that launched the game, like he was one of the guys I partnered with on my Pennsylvania property. And I remember like I bought like a pack of cards or whatever when it like first launched just to support it. I knew nothing. Picture like Magic the Gathering on a blockchain.
That's cool.
Yeah, right? Totally interested.
And I didn't play that game back in the day. I know nothing about these games.
Me neither, but Ron did.
Meanwhile, 2 years later, put it this way. One of the crypto guys that you guys know, one of my guys, like his crypto from this game is worth more than his Leo Cub and all that stuff. And this is one of the whales. Like this, I'm like, and I'm sitting there, this thing is loosely around me. I was just like, you got to be kidding me right now. I'm like, how did I not like
gaming?
What? So
gaming
the game
is
coins are blowing up right now.
Gaming is one of the elusive markets that, like, it was one of the reasons I liked Crush. It was one of the reasons I liked some of the other tokens, because they're game based. Gaming is where the future is. There won't be jobs. There won't be people having to work. They're going to be focused on entertainment. So if you can get any kind of ownership of a game,
idiocracy is really happening.
Idiocracy is happening. It will be a little different, right? It'll be a little more.
It won't be as dumb.
But if you watch, and
our wrestler president is going to be a lot smarter than the one in the movie, because The Rock's decently intelligent guy. But still call him that.
If you look at there's a movie called 2047. It's a little more realistic. They like virtual reality is really, or even Ready Player One, right? Like these concepts.
I gotta see that.
Like these concepts are the future.
I didn't see it.
So if you can get into gaming of any kind that is, got some marketing behind it, man, there's so much money to be made.
That's why I own Roblox.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
So, you didn't buy it right at the IPO, did you?
No, just right afterwards, because my son, Jonah, who's 8 years old.
Little dip?
Plays it. Plays it all the time, constantly asking us for Robux. and their model is like an Etsy model where they have
You can
other
make whatever
people,
you want.
yeah, make whatever you want, and we'll just take, I think they take 30%. It's like,
Yeah.
so now you've got millions of developers out there going for their 70%, and they're making 30%. I said, geez, this. So I bought some, like I knew before it was coming out. I never get IPO, like I don't have a connection. But
Yeah.
a few days
Yes.
after that,
We're working on Mike. That's bad. That's bad.
yeah, holy
NLP.
shit.
Hold on. We
Shit.
got to manifest. We are connected with
We are
the
connected
people
to
who are
people.
connected with the games.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, so to get those things just a day or two after it pulls back a little bit, and that one it actually did pull back, and so yeah, jumped in and Roblox, and I'm not selling that. I'm going to give that to, or Jonah's going to give it to his kids. That's
Jonah's kids will give it to their kids. Well, honestly, I think that economically speaking, we won't be using coin the way we do right now. 50 years from now, there will be no. There may or may not be.
It'll be in your arm. There'll be like a.
If we even track it at that point, you know, we're getting to a point where we may not have to. It may be things are much. Well, there's a couple of different angles we go. That's the book Life 3.0, right? Where the economy may shift the need for points and keeping track of things.
I never finished that book. Do you know that?
Fascinating book.
Yeah.
But we're at a point where
cows and bartering.
No, see, when anything is cheap enough, there's no longer value to it. When everything is made by somebody that doesn't charge for their time, when the energy is free, like then the monetary use doesn't get used in the way we're using it today, because we're still in this thrive mode. Like if you have more money, you can thrive better. In the future, the digital currency runs everything. And it's not digital currency like we're talking about with crypto. It may be in that format, but it's the currency of I've done this or I've done that or I've created this or I've created
Are you saying this is at the point where people don't need jobs anymore because
we're not that far away? It moves faster and faster.
You get whatever you want. Everybody gets a yacht.
Right.
Everybody can't have a yacht. I'm sorry, I don't believe that.
But so that's the thing. Ownership is the belief system of the past. The future, like we say, ownership's 90% of the law, but the ownership is the belief system of the past. Very soon, nobody will own anything, which is insanity. We're owners, right? We own stuff. That's how we make our money.
We all get to use the yacht.
But someone's still got to technically own that yacht, even if it's crowd share ownership.
Correct. And
or is it just
more what you're
or have we gone full socialism and the government owns everything?
Oh, AI.
Government won't exist.
AI. So Skynet's coming.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, Skynet.
I'm sorry. I can't help but be devil's advocate. I can't help it. It's a bad habit.
I gotta put all these in the chat. All these movies you guys are.
Right. I know. Actually, I've been in the Facebook.
Right there.
If you look at most probable future,
right,
most probable future, most probable based on where technology is going, we already see the AI is operating in policing. Right. Facebook is operated by AI. There's no people sitting there being like, stop the post. Like AI stops the post. If you want it back on, you got to go talk to a person.
Oh, I wish I could remember the name of the movie. There was a Ben Affleck movie where like they end up building this machine that can predict the future, but then like obviously it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So anything that machine produces is what happens anyway. I feel like that's what we're heading towards. But I actually have a more real question. Everything you're talking about, how like, you know, with no one working jobs or whatever, like my whole thing is, and you guys believe in this very much.
Yeah.
People need a purpose.
Totally.
So if there's no, like a lot of people, their job is their purpose, right? Whether that's a pro or a con is a whole nother conversation, right?
Right.
But in your case, it's a pro. Your purpose is to build millionaires, right? So my question is, if there's no jobs, then what purpose do people have? Like if they're not building something, working to like, where's the purpose?
How
are we not just a lost society?
So maybe it's just me. Like a lot of my tenants are gamers, right? I've got tenants who just game all day. Like that's all they do.
If you have kids, the movie WALL-E, the whole earth is completely destroyed and there's nothing green on the earth. So WALL-E is this robot that runs around and just sort of cleans up. It's like a trash compactor, and he just takes all the dirt and the metal and cleans it up. But all the humans are up in some spaceship. When they show these humans in spaceship, they sit on these like dentist shaped chairs and everything comes to them and they've completely atrophied. So at some point they have to help. There's like a battle and they have no muscle at all.
Dude, this is gonna happen. Look at these generations. You got people sitting video games all the time, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and you got the 55-year-old swinging a hammer, or going, sadly, if there is war, going to war, which, that's a whole nother story if we actually need wars. But
okay, don't need wars. No, we're fine. See, that's the thing. When you can just drain somebody's money from their account like that, they can't fight. Like, they got nothing to work with. So, like, there's a whole different this is what they want, man. This is what we want as a society. Subconsciously, this is what we're driving towards. Less work, more play. There's a whole lot of wrong and bad that you could look at in that world. And yes, obesity for sure, right? Definitely a thing, right? But at the same time, does it have to be that way? Like, you can go in, you can exercise, right? That's for free too. Shit, like, walking, they don't charge for walking right now. I don't know what the future looks like.
I put it into the Facebook chat, pictures of the people on their chairs just rolling around, and anything you want, like you want a soda, it like pops up while you're there. So yeah, you're right. Because we call sometimes when the kids are just sitting there playing, we're like, "What? You're gonna become like Wally? You're just sitting there playing video games forever." Yeah.
Oh, so one of the Facebook users saying the Roman citizens received a state salary. You know what they did when they didn't have to work anymore? They went to the Colosseum and watched the gladiators. Guys, we've seen this before, right? We know what happens. And this is without technology. They were receiving a state salary, so they'd go and they watch the games. And the reason that the Caesar had the games was to keep them entertained. Gotcha. Because people, when they're not entertained, they get crazy.
Yeah, well, Russians with communism, Astorina, they all became alcoholics.
Truth.
Tons of vodka and did nothing.
Hey, man, they like to this day, a woman in Russia will say that a husband, like Darina told me, she's like, "You're amazing. You don't drink. Do you know how many of my friends back home have like, they're like, oh, my husband doesn't drink. He's a keeper." Right? Like, that's the premise.
Hey, Mitch, you got to go to Russia.
Mitch, you've got it. Look, I don't drink alcohol. Whoa.
I drank, but the funny part is vodka. I can't do more than one vodka drink, otherwise headache next day.
Yeah.
They would look at me and like, "What's wrong with you? You don't drink vodka? Get out of the country."
So the government's going to do their job. They'll keep the people sedated. That's what makes good government. That's what we think about.
Or keep them addicted to your money.
Politicians are just parents. Politicians are just parents, right? They love you. They got to keep you alive. But if they can throw an iPhone in front of you and like not see you for 6 hours, that's their first choice. Like, they're not like, "Hey, let's go play catch for 6 hours. Let's go play hide and seek for 6 hours." They're like, "Yo, here's a video game," and they let you go. The government will do the same exact thing. Whatever we can do to keep them sedated, keep them sedated. They cause less problems. There's less crime. There's less killing.
It's the Matrix. The Matrix.
It's 100%. Actually, best movie is 2047. The Revolution 2047.
Is it called Revolution 2047?
Yeah, I think it's Revolution 2047. And it is, I mean, it's a little bit of a kind of gruesome. Like, there's some violence, the guy's an assassin, like, but the premise of the background, the whole, like, how it all works, I could totally see it. I don't think we're going to go full Matrix where the machines run everything. But you never know.
It's gonna be more like Terminator.
Yeah, right.
Skynet.
And I don't think it'll go Terminator or Avengers, with Ultron. Like, I don't think we're gonna go in that direction.
I still think Terminator it could be a thing. I mean, think about AI is just starting. Think about 300 years from now, where technology is going to be.
So I think Elon's gonna. So if you read the book,
and we're all plugging
Life
into
3.0,
systems.
We're gonna be a Skynet won't be separate. It will be linked up, right? What is he call it?
How was that? Neuralink.
Neuralink.
Wasn't that like the Johnny Depp movie where like he takes his consciousness like into like the technology or whatever?
Yeah. So that's the premise, is if we can connect with technology, that at least makes us a resource that it has to keep around, has to keep us alive. Whereas if we let it be its own, eventually we end up ants. We end up as ants with anthills, and technology's like, yep, wipe them out. Doesn't serve our purpose. So we've got to make sure that we are still relevant in some levels. So by integrating with it, we stay relevant. And that's Elon's model, his strategy.
And that really
Speaking
bummed my son out.
I
He's
I
8.
believe it.
He was like, I was saying, yeah, so at a certain point, you'll just have your brain will be like a chip, and everything you think will just be energy in like a chip somewhere. So you won't need your body. I thought it was kind of cool. Hey, live forever. You're just there as a whatever. He really couldn't sleep that night.
I have no desire to live forever.
You know what? When Ron said it to me for the first time, I was like, whoa, I don't know about that. You know, there's a lot of things I like with the physical body that I enjoy doing. I don't know if I want to not do that anymore. And he's like, yeah.
So you mentioned relevant, and I learned something apparently about Facebook while I've been doing this. So, you shared out obviously the stream, and you shared it on your, your page. You shared it on the Alchemist Nation Entrepreneurs Becoming Real Estate Investor page. And so I shared out that one, the one that you shared in the Alchemist Nation group, right? I shared it on my page, and some people, commented, liked it, and I'm looking and I'm like, it's only got like 2 or 3 viewers. I'm like, damn. I was like, people not feeling crypto talk. And then I saw Mike saying like, oh, I made all these comments. I'm like, I don't see them. So then I go to like the one that's posted directly from your page, and then I see like 8 viewers, and I see all Mike's comments. So apparently it's not uniform. So like we have groups of users depending on which thing got shared, and the comments don't go across. So like I have comments on the Alchemist Nation one.
I noticed that too, because what Gualter was reading that somebody said, I had no.
So this is Restream. I got 3 viewers
no, we know
on
you got that. I just didn't
YouTube.
know Facebook.
I'm getting different Facebook comments than you.
So basically, I can respond back to everybody all at once.
That's cool.
So if I make a comment, it goes onto all the platforms. So it doesn't always make the most sense. I can't really respond to one person individually. I just kind of respond back in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. On Facebook, Mitch, we do have that one dilemma where it's showing up on both platforms, showing up in the group and on my page.
Which is good. I just didn't know, like, you figure since you're sharing something, it doesn't matter where it's shared, like all the stuff, the interaction would still be under that post. But apparently it's not. It keeps it, separate between the two, because
they're 2 separate entities. It would stay all under it if you shared from the main one.
Exactly. I just did, like, the one that popped up was the Alchemist Nation one for me right away. So I just shared that out. So that is pretty interesting though. So something learned, because I was just like, what's going on? We usually have more people watching, and like we do, they're just on the main.
So we went deep into AI today. We went. I don't know if it was AI so much.
We always fall down some kind of rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love that
rabbit hole.
But this is the future, right? If you're investing in the right direction, investing in the right places, you're gonna make money. Like we kind of started this whole call out with that. Like people are losing money, and it's like why? Like why are you losing money? It's fundamentals. Like you don't do things the wrong way. Why are people paycheck to paycheck still? Why are people still struggling? Like when we're in the same economy, like we're same time, same opportunities.
I was thinking about it with autonomous driving,
right?
Elon the other day was saying that at a certain point, I've heard it before, but it kind of really struck me the other day. He said that at a certain point, very soon, they will not let people drive.
You won't drive.
Because it's too dangerous.
Yes.
And that was kind of mind-blowing, because right now they're saying that full self-driving, FUD and the mainstream media said it's too dangerous. Elon won't release it for everybody until it's 10 times safer than a human. Right. But imagine when AI keeps improving through all the cameras and finding all the fringe things where like a stop sign is blocked by a leaf, but the AI knows that there's a stop sign there.
It's let everybody else in the system know, hey, by the way, that's a stop sign.
That's right? A stop sign. At that point, they're going to say it's 20 times safer than a human being. So sorry, humans, you can't drive anymore.
It wouldn't make sense, right? Like we're getting to that point. And this is what I told Dorina the other day. We were just having this conversation, and she was saying, like, I didn't see that guy cut across. And I was like, that's because you were assuming that she said, he should have known that I was there. And I told her, I was like, I assume that everybody driving is an idiot. Like that's my one assumption on the road is that.
Have you ever been to the DMV? Just go there.
But I just assume that everybody driving around me is an idiot. They don't see me. They're unfamiliar with the laws, and so I drive as if
defensively. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice
I drive
job.
defensively. Like never concerned. I'm just like, oh, that person's probably an idiot. I'm just gonna drive
Right.
by them quickly and then maintain my space. And
Yeah,
then,
I do that all the time
Yeah.
too. I've got a green light on an intersection, but I'm
Yeah.
slowing down and I'm looking all different directions.
of course.
Even though I should be able to power right through that thing, I never do that.
And so my situation is
I don't
always a
know,
safe
Mike.
drive.
That sounds like
I've always
you're
got a safe drive. I
looking
always
for
got
a
an
negative
incidentless drive, right?
That sounds like you're looking for a negative event, Mike. You're
Right.
keeping your eye out for negative things, so therefore you're manifesting negative outcomes
It is.
in the intersection.
It's Murphy's Law, you know?
No. I'm always making sure everybody's okay. Like
Yeah.
that's all it is.
No,
just
I had to
make
point
sure
that out.
Everybody's
because
okay.
Mike gets on me like, you know,
I'm
there's like
just
this,
driving
and I'm like,
safely.
see, there are scenarios. There are
I'm keeping the
scenarios.
flow. I'm keeping the flow.
It's just assuming that everybody around you you're not their top priority, right? And it's like with Darina, she's like, he should have known. It's like babe, like let's be real. They have no clue about you, that your car exists. Like they're doing their own thing. They're putting their makeup on. They're texting. They're tweeting. They're
Self-involved.
TikToking. Like they don't know. They're getting McDonald's. Like
Yeah.
it's America. Come on.
Sadly, they are TikToking. How many
Brenda,
videos
look-
do you see where people are driving?
Brenda looked over the other day and there was a guy like scraping his teeth in traffic.
Of course he was.
Like there's so many
Because his
different
car belongs driving itself.
Yes, exactly. I want to be playing Cuphead while my car drives itself.
Come on. Like
Yeah.
same. You know, I want to be playing games and earning
Yeah.
crypto at the same time.
Imagine if
Gonna-
you were like going to your next speaking engagement, Gualter, or say it's in Tennessee, for example. You get in your car and it just drives and you do whatever you're
Yeah.
doing.
Like actually my next one is Tampa, and then I got East Coast. I'm doing Brick, real estate investors.
Good old Brick.
Boca Raton. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Doug
Don't you
McGurk
have
hooked me
one-
up.
Didn't Darina say you guys are doing a RIA meeting in Tampa? Is that
Yes.
cool?
Darina
Live and
likes
in
to stay
person?
busy, so I just show up and speak.
Live and in person.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Then we're doing Orlando. Yeah, we're starting to pack it up, but I can't wait till it's a car, man. I can't wait till it's an automatic car. I'm hanging out, taking a nap on my way there. I'll drive over flying because I won't have to deal with anybody, right? Like that piece, once we get the automated cars, self-driving, like I can't wait to travel. You know, right now traveling is annoying to me because I got to deal with the stewardess, I got to deal with the captain, I got to deal with all the people all the way through. But pretty soon, private jet, electronic, self-driving, that's the future.
Oh, shoot, we got to jump off so we can hear 30 seconds of Mitch.
All right.
What happened?
I said we have to jump off because Gualter.
Oh, I already forgot.
You're right.
about
It's
that.
time to get that
30
personal time with Mitch, figure out what's going on in his life.
There's
Probably
nothing
your dating
crazy.
life,
Yesterday
right?
to bounce something off you guys. Nothing crazy.
Now I'm interested to know now. All right. So 100 Millionaire Summit, it's coming up in October 22nd to the 24th. If you haven't registered, go to ibuildmillionaires.com/summit. You get to meet me and Mike and Mitch and 7 of our other highly esteemed celebrity coaches at the 100 Millionaire Summit. We're going to reset your mindset so you can double your income. Mike, why don't you take us out?
Well, massive income from passive income, real estate, crypto, and stocks
And business.
and business.
Write a review. Go to iTunes, write a review about us.
Yes.
Mitch, what's your phrase?
No, say
Organize and collect.
When you have a choice, always work with the best.
always work with the best.
Hey guys.
Hey, Brenda.
Brenda.